2022 has given us a lot of positives to warm our hearts. So counting down on the positives of the 8th month of the year. Here are the top 5 positive news stories of August 2022. If you liked the video and find the content meaningful, then kindly press the super thanks button and contribute whatever you can to the channel. Your contributions will help us create more engaging and informative positive videos. Number 5. Biggest ever dog rescue saves 4,000 beagles. Nearly 4,000 beagles are looking for new homes after what is thought to be one of the biggest ever dog rescue efforts in the US. The dogs were being bred at a facility in Virginia that then sold them on to laboratories for drug experiments. But the company has now been shut down because of animal rights violations, and charities are on a mission to rehome the dogs. The breeding facility in Cumberland, owned by company Invigo RMS, was sued by the US Department of Justice, which accused it of multiple acts of animal cruelty. Inspectors found some dogs were being killed instead of receiving veterinary care for conditions that could be easily treated. They were also being fed with food that contained maggots, mold and feces, while some nursing mothers were denied anything to eat. The dogs are now placed with the animal rights charity Humane Society and are now being given medical examinations and vaccinations before being made available for adoption. Number 4. Scotland enacts law for free period products. Scotland has made public health history by making it the law for public settings to provide period products for free. It is the first country in the world to protect the right to free sanitary products with new legislation that has come into force this month. The Period Products Act means councils and education providers have to make the free items available to those who need them. Labour MSP Monica Lennon campaigned for the legislation, which was unanimously backed in the Scottish Parliament in 2020. Hey Girls, a social enterprise working to tackle period poverty in the UK, said period products should be as accessible as toilet roll in public bathrooms. Georgie Nicholson from Hey Girls said that the organisation had run a study before the pandemic which indicated that 1 in 4 women in Scotland had faced period poverty at some point. With this act in force, period products will be easily accessible to everyone, and it would be a beacon of hope that shows what can be achieved when politicians come together for the good of the people they serve. Number 3. Hero cat saves owner who was having a heart attack by pounding its paws on her chest. A hero cat saved his owner's life by pounding his paws on her chest to wake her up after she suffered a heart attack. Sam Felstead was asleep when she was woken by her 7-year-old cat Billy at 4:30 a.m. She realized she was unable to move her body and had a shooting pain down her right side, so she called out to her mom Karen for help. Her mom Karen then rushed the 42-year-old to hospital, where doctors told her she had suffered a heart attack in her sleep, and she believes Billy's swift action saved her life. One cat behavior expert said Billy may have picked up on physiological changes in Sam. Sam spent 3 days in hospital before being discharged and was reunited with her beloved Billy, a British Shorthair. Number 2. A startup is using recycled plastic to 3D print tiny $25,000 prefabricated homes in LA. There are 3D printed homes and there are prefabricated homes. Take the best of both technologies, throw in a groundbreaking use for discarded plastic, and you have a genius idea. Born in Culver City, the startup Azure is mostly using recycled plastic water and drink bottles to create homes that are 90% complete by the time they leave the factory. By blending the manufacturing speed of 3D printing with the assembly speed and modular possibilities given by prefabrication, Azure's houses are a game changer for sustainability in the housing industry. The startup says it can build homes 70% faster and 30% cheaper than traditional home construction methods by 3D printing the floor, roof, and walls of its models inside its factory. Practically all that's left to be done at the build site is to connect the prefab panels to each other and to the foundation and connect the utilities. In April, Azure unveiled what it called the world's first 3D printed building with recycled plastic materials. It was a small addition, meant to be marketed as a gym or outdoor office, and priced at $25,000, while the larger accessory dwelling unit, or what is essentially a 1-bed 1-bath, comes in at $40,000. A rush of pre-orders for the accessory dwelling unit has left Azure's Culver City factory backed up for 3 months as it waits for the rest of the equipment it needs to begin mass producing the houses. At the moment, the company has a number of partners who provide plastic waste recycled from industry, but it hopes to shift more towards plastic waste generated by consumers. Once the concept is firmly established and revenue is stable, they also want to turn their technology towards helping to end the homelessness epidemic of California. Number 1. 22-year-old man found a baby abandoned in a trash can in Haiti and decides to become its father. Taking a leap of faith, a young Haitian man is trying to adopt a baby he found in a trash can, despite it cutting into his university studies. Long since legally declared the boy's guardian, 27-year-old Jimmy Michel is merely waiting to raise money for the adoption procedure and taking significant time away from university studies to do it. The story goes that, back in December 2017, a 22-year-old Mr. Michel came home to visit his mom Elsie in Haiti during a study break from Texas State University, where he's studying communication and electronic media. Since he was a teenager, Jimmy has helped out at the orphanage next to his home, and on this trip, he'd brought back presents for the children. He was on his way to the orphanage when he came across a large group of people huddled around a trash can. Jimmy made his way to the front of the commotion and, to his disbelief, there was a 4-month-old baby inside. Brave Jimmy scooped up the baby and took him home to his mother Elsie Jean, where they washed, clothed, and fed him milk before taking him for medical help. The police launched an investigation to find the boy's parents, but they were never traced. With nowhere else to turn, a judge asked Jimmy if he would become legal guardian to the baby. "I was already behind on my university fees, and my family has always struggled to make ends meet," he explained. "But I didn't have a dad growing up, and this poor child was facing a lifetime of instability and uncertainty. Something inside was telling me that this had happened for a reason, so I took a leap of faith." Ever since those fateful days, Jimmy has been splitting his time between the States and Haiti, where the boy is being cared for by Elsie. He decided to name his charge Emilio. Now this month, Jimmy has applied to formally adopt Emilio, who has just started school at age 5. "I had to do what I had to do when no one else wanted to do it, and I'm so grateful for the past 4.5 years," said Jimmy. If you liked the video and find the content meaningful, then kindly press the super thanks button and contribute whatever you can to the channel. Your contributions will help us create more engaging and informative positive videos.